Hello, my name is Linda Mbagu, and in this video we are talking about self-worth. Ooh, this is juicy. So, self-worth. This is the foundational issue behind all of our limitations and all of the things that has us placed small in any area of life, whether it's family, intimate relationship, our finances, the way that we show up in the world. Our lack of self-worth is what's holding us back. Now that can be manifest as imposter syndrome, it can manifest as lack of confidence. A plethora of things might be motivating it, either overtly or subtly. There are certain key telltale signs or things that we do that has us not really work on building self-worth, but instead adding fuel to its fire and making us feel worse about ourselves. And it has dire ripple effect. Well, I'm exaggerating. It impacts different areas of life, let's just say that. All right, so what are the 4 things? These are the 4 things you need to look out for, that if you're doing, you need to stop doing it if you want to build your self-worth. The first thing is, and this is a biggie with leaders, and that's shunning away emotions and not honoring emotions. So it's almost like there is no space or time for emotions because things need to get done. So you forget about your emotions. When you're triggered with something, you find a way of suppressing it and focus on being strong and being just kind of moving forward. And that's really detrimental. So I'm gonna do a whole separate video on that because it's a big problem and it has a major impact, and I can share some stories of people that I've worked with and people in my life who have been significantly impacted by ignoring their emotions. But by honoring your emotions, you're telling yourself that you matter. How you feel matters. Even if you don't communicate or express what the emotions are, if you do, then that's another level of self-worth. But if you're able to just allow yourself to feel and to process, that's almost giving yourself the care and compassion that you need, which you're unlikely to get from anywhere else because you're probably not going to tell anyone that you're struggling emotionally. So our feelings are there to be honored. They're there because they're a tool, and when we suppress them and reject them, we're rejecting ourselves. So that's number 1. Number 2 is speaking up. This might be an issue for some, it might not be an issue for others. The people that it tends to be an issue with are people who say things like, I don't like confrontation, so I don't want to share my opinion, or I'm afraid that I'm going to be shut down or people are not going to take me seriously, so I'm not going to speak up. Every time you feel the urge to say something and you do not honor that and you ignore it, again, you're telling yourself subconsciously that your voice doesn't matter. So it's really important to share your views and just deal with whatever comes up as a result. But you can be responsible about the way that you're sharing your views. So it is non-confrontational. You're able to be expressed without having an impact on another person. And you can just speak up because the thing that you have to share might be a contribution and might be a gift to others, and you're just robbing it. You're not selfish, are you? I didn't think so. So speak up and share. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the inability to set boundaries. I'm sure we all know someone, if it's not you, who will say that they don't like something, but keep allowing it to be done over and over and over and over again. And that's eating away at self-worth, because you're saying that I do not respect myself enough to create a boundary that will teach someone how to treat me. Instead, I'll complain about it in private and I'll continue to let it happen over and over and over again in certain relationships. So setting boundaries is really important. What works for you? What do you need to be in place for you to feel like you're being respected, like you're feeling safe, whatever the case may be, and then set those boundaries. It's going to be scary for a lot of people who are not used to speaking up, but it will start building your confidence and self-worth because you're saying to yourself, I'm honoring myself and I matter enough to me that I'm going to take this step. That's 3 so far. Let's recap. So the first one is honoring your emotions, not suppressing them, allowing yourself to process and be with and deal with the emotions that come up. The second is speaking your mind. So not holding back when you want to communicate something, whether it's communicating your feeling or sharing a thought, an opinion, speak up. The third is ensuring that you're setting boundaries to prevent them from being crossed. And the final one is the big one. This is for the people pleasers out there. If you are scared of saying no because you're worried about what someone might feel or what they think about you, so you exert yourself to the point where you overcommit and are left depleted, then it's time to start checking in with yourself and start knowing when to say no and when to say yes. So if you get to say no, you're saying yes to yourself, so that when you do say yes, you can fully and completely give to another. So saying no to you means saying yes to me. I think I heard that quote from somewhere, I can't remember, but it's a quote. I just want to acknowledge that. But yeah, so the 4 things: honor your emotions, speak your mind, set boundaries, say no when you mean no instead of saying yes. So if you do that, you'll start building self-worth, and you'll start realizing that you're just walking with a different kind of swagger, and you're being confident about the things that you're going to create, and people are responding to you differently because you're responding to yourself differently. So let me know how you go with that. Do try it out. Send me an email, comment on the video, whatever you need to do. I'm intrigued to know how you get on, because this is a universal issue, and I really want you to shift past it and break through. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you are more powerful than you know.